Julie says, I'm feeling a shift inside. I keep grabbing for things to keep me safe and small. I'm finding it difficult to trust myself, open to the intuition. So so first of all, can you be okay with that you can't trust yourself? This is another unresolved thing. I love that we got this unresolved series of questions here, right? That you're trying to egoically trust yourself, right? It almost we could do the same thing with what we said in our one-on-one, which is, how do you measure that you trusted yourself? Right? How do you measure that? Open to my intuition, allow myself to simply align with my highest truth rather than efforting everything. Great. So feeling scattered and unsure. What if life needs you to be with scattered and unsure? Like not like I'm scattered and unsure, but I'm slowly looking for a resolve or an answer. But what if life is trying to get you to really stay scattered and unsure for a while? Let's think of emotions as sick, okay? If you're sick and you're trying to do something to get out of sick, like go jogging or get on a treadmill or start boxing when you're sick, you might get sicker. And imagine if every day that your body goes sick, you just keep doing something to distract the sickness, right? And what is sick? Luckily, we've had enough experience of sick to know that there's another side to it. But imagine that you didn't know there was another side to it and your body got sick and you just were like, it only goes downhill from here. This is the end of my life. I've been through this so many times. Like like it would get worse and worse, and you wouldn't be able to heal nearly as easily. Right? Do you get what I'm saying? Because you'd be continually fighting that you're sick. And what I hear from you, Julie, is that you're open to your intuition. Allow myself to simply align with the highest truth rather than starting out feeling scattered and unsure. The best part is I'm feeling scattered and unsure. Now, I remember once Lisa Cairns saying the sentence that I needed to hear from Lisa Cairns, who's an incredible oneness speaker. And I recommend all of you go check out Lisa Cairns, Cairns. I just love her. I think she's brilliant and magic, and she's an amazing non-dual speaker. And I remember her talking about when she felt really off and she was suffering. And she said, so I just lied in my bed for 4 days, just mad at God. And I just felt that was so powerful. She goes, the greatest cause of suffering is trying to get out of suffering. And what if right now, Julie, life is going, have you ever just been scattered and unsure without bringing any other solution to it? I mean, when we're sick, we have some solutions, but we pretty much just kind of know, I should be back to work by Friday. Like it's amazing when you're sick. We take time off work. We take time off school. We get away. We tell people don't come over. Think of all the things you do when you're sick. Could you imagine if when you had an emotional problem, you did the same thing? This is a big one. I want everyone to imagine if every time you're feeling scattered, unsure, lost, everything, you moved the exact same way you'd move if you had 103 fever, right? You would go, I need time with myself. I got to lie down. I need a lot of good food. I need to drink water. But you wouldn't have this thing that comes in and says, I should be done being sick right now. Like when you're sick, you don't like an hour in starts decide. You have a knowing you got at least 3 or 4 days of this probably. Right? You're throwing up or you're diarrheaing, you're aware, okay, this will heal, but not right now. Emotions, we don't do that. We go, I feel off, I got to fix it right now. Right? I got to fix it right now. I got to do something about it. And we are arguing with your body's emotional version of sick. And imagine if you called in and said, I can't come into work today. Right? Why? Because I feel scattered and unsure. And you made your emotional chaos as important as when you're sick. In fact, you could bring every part to the other. I don't want to get other people emotionally fucked up. Do you get what I'm saying? I can't come into work. I'm totally emotionally scattered and unsure. I don't want to give this to everyone else. I'm going to just sit here and let my body heal. I'm going to lie in bed. I'm going to, and I'm going to be aware there should be 3 or 4 days of this. Are you with me? Emotions are the only thing. We don't care that they're off. We don't care that we're having a hard time. So what's the universe doing? It's going, I'm going to make you guys so sick that you have to care about your emotions. I mean, emotionally sick, but weirdly, it's doing it physically too. I am going to make you be there with your emotions, because every time you start to feel an emotion, you take some kind of pill, you do a drug, you get drunk, you party, you create a bunch of doing plans, and you ignore your emotions. So imagine if God is like, you've all ignored it enough. And if you don't lie down with your pain, if you don't sit, it's going to be a lot worse. And Julie, you are in a place where scattered and unsure is exactly the same as being sick. Right? Let's read Julie's question as if it was, I'm sick. It says, hi, Kyle, I'm feeling a shift inside. So I'm going to change it to, I'm feeling like shit inside. I keep grabbing for things to keep me safe. I keep getting up and partying. I keep getting drunk. And I find it difficult to trust myself and open to my intuition and allow myself to simply align with my highest truth. I find it difficult to get healthy immediately right now. I find it impossible to just get up and go for a jog. I find it impossible to have people over. I can't go to a party right now, right? And rather than efforting everything, I'm doing everything I can to stop being sick. I'm getting up, I'm running around, I'm denying that I'm sick, right? I'm feeling scattered and unsure. We just changed that to I'm feeling like I have the flu. Would you end that with, what the heck do I do? Or would you be like, I have the flu. I'm going to be off this week. Can we do that the exact same way? Could you imagine? Could you imagine if every one of us had an emotional issue and we treated it like it was pneumonia? Every time you have that, it's pneumonia. I can't come in. God, you'd heal the wounds. You'd lie there in bed. You just let things come up. You'd cry something out. You'd find that part of you Michelle found that's scared to fail. The idea that being there for your emotions and your pain is such a last priority is one of the biggest reasons why we're in such hell here. And the way to oneness is through your emotions. And there's a lot of people that know that and want to control you and stop you from releasing your emotions, because it's fighting your emotions that cause you to be easily controllable and easy to sell things to. Right? People can sell you Pepsi. Totally, I do this. I'll take time off and be with myself. Yeah. People can sell Pepsi, right? What do they say? Oh, Pepsi will get you to be with a ton of friends. Well, that only matters if you're scared to be lonely, which only matters if you haven't been there for yourself. Right? Oh, so now Pepsi has no sell if you're out of your trauma. Do you get what I'm saying? The news has no control over you if you're free of your emotions. But if you have trauma that's unseen in your body, they can come on every night like they're coming for you. There's bad things happening, right? There's da 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 da. They need to actually, believe it or not, hit your trauma. They need to hit your constant thing that makes you sick. Right? So if you heal that, you're invincible to that. And then the world that controls you will have to fall because it has no control over you. It has nothing to grab onto. So that's my dare to you. If you feel emotionally chaotic, take some time off. If you can do it with pneumonia, you can do it with this.